All right.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, we're back. Another episode of the Adapt
We're
Collective.
back. Now we're back.
Now we're back.
Now we're back.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My co-host, my name is Jonas,
And my name is Peter.
and we are the host of the Adapt Collective, coming to you from Adapt HQ in North Miami.
Sunny.
Sunny
It's
North
nice.
Miami. Yeah, oh, my, it is getting beautiful right now.
Yeah.
And, Pete, before we get going, I got to interrupt right here. What is a good little pressure point for my rear delt?
For your adult?
Yeah. What is a good...
Like, what do you want? Like, your manual work?
What would you... Yeah, like just
He's
push,
just
push
trying to
on that for a
He's
second.
just trying to have me get my hands on him.
Remember the days when I would come up and like just stand there for a second and you'd like 50... Yeah, there you go. Give me a little work on the rear delt for a second.
Frosting.
I got to get you... Yeah, a Christmas gift. I got to... Dude, I can't... you're too busy. I can't book you for the manual work anymore.
You're busy too, though, so.
I understand.
Goes both ways.
That's true. But don't neglect your manual labor.
Yes.
Manual...
Manual labor.
Manual therapy. Manual therapy. So welcome back. We are your everything gym, everything fitness resource. We are brought to you today. I actually did a Jeopardy style top 10 to go along with the pseudo sponsors that we have. So it's good. This is going to be good. This is brought to you by Noco.
Yep.
Post exercise. Would
No.
you say?
I mean, depends. Like,
You did it before?
we always have this.
Only because I
Discussion.
take the one without caffeine, so I think of
Correct.
it as a post.
As
Correct.
post,
You
but
could
it can be pre.
correct. It can be pre. Are these coaches order? Which way do you go? Do you go this way on the list, or do you go right to left?
That way.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. All right. So we're going like that, left to right. Get your salts. LMNT, sodium. I just
Stay
got
salty.
mine. Yeah, I have my salts. I'm just gonna take a little salt break.
I didn't even notice. The box says stay salty, but like in a very kind of subtle way. Very cool. You see it?
Where?
Yeah, look at it. You see that? You see what the
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, it's
Very
a
subtle.
watermark.
Yeah, very subtle.
Oh my goodness. All right. I never noticed
The
that.
product is great. The actual packaging is great too.
The philosophy is
yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's not the water you drink, it's the water you hold, hence the salt and the Celsius pre-workout drink, carbonated beverage. They also have a non-carbonated, which is good if your tummy bothers you.
Give you that kick.
Yeah.
The non-fizz. They have the non-fizz.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
your tummy bothers you with carbonated beverage. All right, let's get through this. Let's go through this Jeopardy. I will be asking the questions here.
Guys, hold on. Before we do this is another reason to actually watch us because we are as festive as they come right now.
Oh yeah, that's you know what I
You
thought.
didn't even. It seemed so.
I thought they'd
ordinary.
automatically watch us. I thought people would just.
Some people, some people listen to us.
True.
You know.
True. Thank you for listening and the remarks. We got some comments, and we'll be.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see people are engaged.
For sure.
All right. So
It is the end of the year.
it is the end of the year, and with that, we are revolving around forming New Year's resolutions, some habit forming, some positive habit forming behaviors, and we're gonna get into that. Well, let's get through the Jeopardy top 10.
Okay.
Let's
do
you
it.
got the music queued up because we can't do it without the music.
You're right. Hold on. And so, before we start this, we're doing Jeopardy amongst us.
Yes, there are not other contestants here. So if you're watching, you're not competing against anybody. So you got to get the questions right.
I have to.
Yes, we don't have.
So I'm gonna automatically win the money.
Maybe. Yeah, possibly. It'll go on your account, your MindBody account.
I'll get my body credit. And so, are you gonna?
I'm gonna ask the question in question format,
Okay.
right? And then you're going to ring in and try to beat the other contestants that might enter. We might have other contestants on here soon,
They
either
might-
calling in or so.
they
This
might-
is
they
good
might phone in.
practice. Yes.
All right.
All right. Category 1. Category 1. All right, for 1,000. The first question. Excuses
is.
for not going to the gym.
Um.
Excuses for not going to the gym today. Yes. Yes.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Wait to be called, sir. Yes, Peter.
I'm so antsy. I'm sorry. What is? I'm waiting for a pre-workout to emotionally support me.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Good. Yes. Good job. All right.
Oh.
All right.
yes.
Next.
All
Next. Next. That was good. All right. You're going to take
All right.
goal setting 101. Goal setting 101. Yes. Peter buzzed in.
What is the difference between I'll start Monday and I already did 10 squats walking up the stairs?
Yes. That is correct. That is correct. Very good. You're crushing
I'm on a
it.
roll.
You are crushing it.
I'm on a roll.
All right. Next one.
My God.
Next one.
Thank you. Thank you. That applause is just really.
All right. For 800. For 800. Okay. What is gym etiquette? Gym etiquette. Yes, Peter.
How do I tell someone I'm using the machine even though I'm on the phone?
Can we accept that? Yes. Yes.
I mean, if that's not it.
No, that was it. Very good.
If
Very
that's
good.
not it. Like,
Judges will accept that. Judges will
okay.
accept
All right.
that.
Good. We spoke about that.
Yep. Other accepted answers are I was on a FaceTime. Right? Okay. And let's go. Next.
Okay.
Next
I
category.
had
That was
another
very
one.
good, Peter.
There's a lot of.
You are leading. You
Okay.
are leading. All right.
All right.
What is for 600 nutritional myths? What is nutritional myths?
Ooh, I got it.
Yes. Peter buzzed in.
Does eating one salad cancel out a day's worth of pizza?
Correct. Correct. Very good.
It
Very
does?
good. No, you can't just eat one salad. You can't just eat one salad.
Okay. All right. Fine.
All right.
God.
Actually, why would they be applauding you if you answered incorrectly? That was incorrect. I'm sorry. We can't take that. All right. No, we just stuck with the judges. We can't take that. Yeah, salad will not. You can't eat. You can't do it like that. All right. We're going to go. Yes. Here we go. For 400. Mindset shift. What is mindset shifts?
How do I go from I have to I get to work out?
Yes, that is correct. And that is a great, yes. That is good. Yes. Absolutely.
All right.
And you know what? The language is so, I have to go do this. I have to go do that. And that is, we're going to be kind of getting into that as far as the habits. But let's just get through this list. Here we go. All right. We got a couple more. Okay. 3 more. All right. Small wins. What are small wins? Yes, Peter.
Why does showing up matter more than setting a PR?
Showing up matters more than setting a PR?
Why does showing up more?
No, we can't take that. No. Nope.
You can't just show up?
Nope. You cannot just show up.
No participation trophies.
Yeah, you cannot just show up.
No participation trophies.
I'm gonna get a lot of rebuttal on this one. Yeah, because.
But if they've heard the episodes,
I need your
know.
Yes.
If they've heard the episodes prior to this, they would know how you feel about just showing up.
Correct, but
there's moments where you got to show up.
I'm just gonna the body will always show up. If the mind is not like if people could show up without their head, just their body, we're good to go.
Yeah.
But sometimes I rather hey, I'm here is not just we have to do something, and hopefully on the menu there's not something that you necessarily shouldn't be doing. Anyway, I can go into that, but then we're not going to accept that. All right. All right. 2 more category for 200. Motivation. Hold on, sir.
All right.
Motivation versus discipline. Motivation versus discipline. Yes, Peter.
How do I work out when my motivation ghosted me?
Yes, that is correct. I'll take that.
You take that?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. The discipline.
Okay.
Is that how do you work out when your motivation has ghosted you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get discipline.
Yeah. Consistent.
Don't lack discipline.
Habits.
Correct. Don't lack discipline. Because motivation is an event, and the discipline is more of a practice.
Discipline trumps motivation.
Absolutely. All right, last one. Last one. True transformation. True transformation. I see you're eager to buzz in. Yes, Peter.
What is the daily choice to become 1% stronger even when no one's watching?
Yes, we're going to accept that. That was good. Very good. Woo! All right, awesome. Thank you,
Do I
Noko.
win that
and
brand new Kia?
we don't have a car for that.
Damn.
You win a gym membership. So, with that being said, kind of tongue-in-cheek humor and gym humor on that. You know, before we go further into the habit forming, we at the gym, you know, we just the floor is not too far away from the studio here, right? We're not going to tell you where, but it's not too far. And today, Thursday, there's a couple of things. Thursday has been rocking. Some people are just like in the announcements, or like think of the announcements as the previews to the movie. People are anticipating the announcements and coming in for the explanation of the warm-up. I saw that happen today, and how do we navigate into people being motivated when there's like, you know, it was raining too, you know, it was raining too, but it was like it happened in like both classes.
Well, it's like they know they have that buffer time of like, oh, all right, class starts at 7, but like I really have till like 7:05. Right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, if you coach the coaches that do these classes, they're going to be like, yes, I was noticing that. I mean, but yeah, that buffer time. But that is where I like that I get to, and I have to go, and I get to go. It's not that you have to listen to this stuff. It's that you get to. There's things going on. There's now there's going to be, you know, little techniques that are going to be revealed and stuff like intricacies in the podcast. Now that we're kind of meshing them together. Yeah. Now we have this supplemental material to kind of go with it.
Yeah.
And that is, although that might work in a theater where you don't necessarily need to see the movie. And it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
So don't let your consumption habits transfer over into where you're trying to do your self-improvement, is what I was kind of wanted to bestow.
You should have kept that as a hot tip. But I know you have a good
Yes,
hot tip.
I do. I had another hot tip. But anyway,
all right.
the big Thursdays, man. Big Thursdays.
Yeah.
So
fair.
with the whole holiday thing, we're doing into the resolutions.
Yeah.
There are.
It's important.
Have them laid out. No,
Yes.
you're not cutting me off.
Yeah. It's important to, like, all right, around this time we start doing a lot of reflection, right?
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so. You know, you're wrapping up the year. What are some good things? What are some bad things that occurred? And hopefully you take that in good light and you can spin that off, right? I think it's back to what you're kind of saying of spinning it around where I don't have to, I get to. The same thing, it's like, all right, that happened to me. How can I learn from that, and how can I improve upon that, right? Glass half full, glass
Correct.
half empty,
Absolutely.
however you want to call that. But really, you know, reflect. It starts with that reflection, and that's so powerful, because if you haven't reflected on everything that you've done through the year, right, then you're not gonna, you don't have that appreciation. You're not gonna really see those small wins, and that's a hard part, where sometimes because of that instant gratification and at times going on social media, and you just see that end product from a lot of different things, and you get desperate, and you're like, why haven't I gotten to where I want to get?
Yeah, and I think maybe time frame constraints and expectations kind of get mixed up when we're trying to resolve good habits, especially ones that are going to get us through decrease limited supply of motivation. So the resolutions, every time we get close, it's almost like we're conflicted in pushing for, you know, the term resolution, get your resolutions, but at the same time in the background, just kind of making sure that we see beyond the resolution. And we're getting excited that we're getting this new program starting, new people.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're going to have to kind of learn how to empty nest the resolution and go for more of a disciplinary.
Resolution is like almost like a best way for us, right? The word trainers, when we're talking about clients in terms of committing to do some personal training. I think the best way for us is like, hey, doing a resolution, it has an end date, so to speak.
Correct.
Right? It's like when we're talking about putting somebody on a personal training program, hey, you could buy a 10-pack, but a 10-pack has basically already an
It's
end date.
a motivation.
Yeah.
It's the
It's a
resolution is a motivation tactic.
as opposed to when you reflect a little bit on the year, right? You're seeing all those wins, and now you're gaining that awareness, and you're gonna start better creating that plan, right? That's gonna lead you to formulating a better goal, right?
Yeah.
That's more long term,
Yep.
and that's for us from a personal training standpoint. All right, let's set you up with personal training retainer, something more subscription based. That's gonna be a little bit past that initial. Hey, it's we just kicked off the new year, and hooray, and let's get into the gym because
I don't think a lot of
I
people,
saw Jenny and she looks amazing.
Correct,
And now I
correct.
need to get my ass in the gym, and no,
yeah,
it's not
exactly.
gonna last.
All because people are going to their families at different times during the holidays, and you're trying to form new resolutions, and you're trying to reflect on the year, and your assumptions, or like trying to make, especially with fitness goals or any self-improvement goals, if you're psychologically going through the ups and downs during holiday season, and you're not accounting for the fact that there's a little bit more family traffic, there's a little bit more lethargy, there's a little bit more sitting around watching socializing events, which is important. Your community you have so much more volume in that. So it's important to not get out of your headspace.
Well,
as far as,
and reflecting rather than just making these quick resolutions will kind of realign your priorities
correct.
to better formulate the goals that are in line with those values and those whatever those priorities are. So,
And I also think for the personal training is that I don't think people really understand how, from a access point, how accessible it is. So sometimes people think that it's so astronomically, like if we're looking at it from like a MacBook perspective, where like group class personal training, and then like open gym group class personal training. It's like, oh, it isn't, it's more, but it's not
Less,
it's still in the same,
it's still the
like
same
you can make
ballpark.
it work. You can get like a friend in there, and it's like, because we do that. Like there's not, so I think sometimes people, they lose sight of maybe a timeline, or like maybe scheduling scares them. Maybe they like, I like being able to miss my morning and maybe come in the afternoon. I might be able to,
And then kind of going back to the resolutions, right? Typically resolutions are like, once again, those one-hit wonders, whereas like, all right, you reflect, you make a SMART goal, right? And you put like actual time-bound specific measures that you're going to see progress,
Yeah.
right? And that's the important part where it's like, all right, instead of working out or I work out every day, no, maybe, it's I'll move intently 4 days a week, right? Something more manageable because you reflected, right? You saw, oh man, you remember back in the summer, prior to that, I was hitting it, and then I went on vacation, and then after that, I just really couldn't get into a good habit because I was just falling forward. And, the kids went back to school, and life hit me, and I couldn't get back into rhythm, right? And it was because you went all or nothing in your approach to try to formulate a structure, right? You were
Well, sometimes people are gonna.
It's
Sometimes in the beginning you want to.
realistic.
It is. Yeah, I am. It might not be fair for my opinion on this, because sometimes I get when I do something new or habit forming, or I see it in line with my self improvement. If it's kind of like I want to acquire the knowledge of it base, I kind of go all in, and I got to be honest, I do risk burning out as far as things go. But when I look at it from the perspective of, if I had burnt out in the past, it was because of the unrealized things that we're talking about, the finer nuances of, all right, how do I sustain a habit, even when we touched on it in the Jeopardy questions. It's like, even when the plans that you make, that you commit to, reflecting, if it's on Monday, it's a Monday and I'm committing to be in the upper body class on Thursday. Well, if I'm tired on Wednesday and I try to talk myself out of going, I'm gonna nip that in the bud, and I'm gonna commit to what I did on who I was on Monday.
On Monday, you talked about this, like the Event Horizon, in the
Yes.
pre-show.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So there is, and I'm just regurgitating some information about this sports psychology, and because and it's important when you're going in towards a goal, that especially when things that the the brain doesn't want to do, like getting up and getting under heavy weights in the morning or
Yeah.
working out, that
Or
you
another day.
yeah, that the person that, so if you're making the commitment and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go, the frequency, you're setting out, you're scheduling the class, that on when you're motivated to do it and you've been doing it for a little bit, you're going to say, I'm going to schedule this out. I'm going to make a singularity. This is the class I'm going to. And you get to that day and the motivation isn't the same as Monday and you nix it. So the closer you get to that event horizon, the more of the same person you have to be when you made that idea to do that event.
When you're at the crossroads, you gotta actually
Yeah,
commit.
little time dilation there.
Yeah.
It could be like a scene out of Interstellar. You know, I love that. So if the class that you schedule is Gargantua, black hole, right? The person that you were by the time it's Wednesday has to commit to go into that class,
Has to.
and you could replay that to catch.
And you can cancel, but
no, listen, we're not.
yeah, don't spin
Whole
this.
other.
Yeah.
If
Don't spin this.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and this is where I feel that when people do new things that they perceive as a little painful, that they're more reluctant to do that. And if they only knew and understood, some people casually do it. Some people are like, you know what, no matter how bad I feel, I always go to class. But this is going on in the background. So you're literally like, it's not a surprise that you're going to your class on Thursday and you're making that choice. You're not blind at the wheel. On Sunday night, you're like, okay, I'm going to be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And then shit happens where I forgot I have to travel, or I have to change this, or like this popped up.
Like actually life. Yep.
Yeah, like pop up stuff.
But
not
but in that moment, right? Okay, you're traveling, or you're still making the commitment to that.
I'm not talking about. Yeah, of course, I'm not talking about that.
You're just pivoting.
80% of the time, you're otherwise doing it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
80-20 rule, man.
Right.
So
exactly.
let's give people some actionables, right? Big thing around this time, reflect, right? Reflect so that way you can make a better goal, right? You can call it a resolution for.
You'll see how much time.
Care,
yeah, you'll see where you're wasting time and where you actually have time to do things.
What we've talked about in previous episodes, where like, all right, what bucket do I need to pour into more in this upcoming year?
Yes.
Right. And then from a goal setting point, whether they're SMART goals, whether you want to make however you want to call them, they need to be concrete, right? Like they need to be, there can't be any ambiguity.
No.
Right? And then don't overstretch, right? This is a little bit kind of going, especially if you're a beginner. You said it on last episode.
Yes.
Don't order off the menu if
Correct.
you're a beginner. For me, it's right. Let's say if your goal is to lose weight, right, and you haven't been coming to the gym at all. Maybe you've been starting to getting on walks and you're working on your nutrition, but coming to the gym when you've never been to the gym, maybe not never, but it's been a long stint since you have, and then all of a sudden you sign up for that membership and you signed up for unlimited. Great, I'm glad you made the commitment to really pour onto that.
Yep.
Right. But for you not to go into 5 days of classes,
I feel that as simple
a little bit of a reach.
I agree. As cliche and as simple as I feel, I just want to lose weight sounds. That's going to happen. You're going to have a good transformation if you're new and you're coming, but that can't be.
It won't be sustainable.
No, because it's not going to come. It's not. It's not good. It's not the first thing. It's harder than the first thing. There should be other things going on. You should want to get stronger. You should want to have better eating habits. You should want to be more active. You should be off of medication. You should be getting, if there's a triangle, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. If you're asking the consumer, because that's in the end of the day what they are. They're asking the consumer, hey, I want to lose weight. Oh, I just want to, and of course you get the I want to be active with my kids.
That
my
ambiguity.
kids. Yeah. It's like, well, let me ask a little bit about you. Like, where are you? And you find out what they eat, and you find out that they were, that they're on medication. It's like, hey, look, before we even climb the peak of getting you losing weight, like these are the baselines. Like, I need your vitals to get better. I need your composition to get a little bit better. I need your habits to be a little better. I need your sleep to get better. I need these things. I need you to be off medication. Obviously nothing nothing like hardcore genetic, I feel, but there's a lot of things, like especially for, not very old people that are on certain heart medications and stuff. I don't think it's good. But I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend
yeah.
that. Will would kill me if I didn't disclose that as well. So,
But ultimately, from a goal setting standpoint, don't go into that all or nothing kind of approach.
correct.
Just
Anticipate burnout. That'll.
yeah, put a goal that'll challenge you, right? But that's not far fetched, right? Because
Well, how do you know? How do you know who, like that, if that's going to be a subjective thing? Like if someone has a goal and you're like, oh, like, you know what? I don't know if
okay. Back to
you got to break. You got to break the. You have to like.
back to the weight loss goal, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I want to lose 30 pounds. Even 30 pounds.
Yes.
It's a lot of weight.
And it's based on some. I don't know even going to get into like what. Okay. Why do you feel you need to be at that weight? Like if things look pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's with that weight? Like, do you just have to give yourself some sort of like? Do you just need to be nervous around food? What about maybe adding an activity instead? Eat the same, because that's add something.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like park further away from where you're going. Be that person.
Well, now you start talking about habit stacking, right?
Yeah. Take the stairs more than usual.
Okay, you got your goal, right? You've solidified what you're trying to accomplish in the new year, right? How do we actually make that happen in a way that aligns with your current lifestyle,
right?
Without trying to all of a sudden reinvent your wheel, right? Because that's what oftentimes people do. They're very, once again, all or nothing. They're like, all right, I'm gonna cut all sugar. I was like,
yeah,
dude, what are you doing?
They get like an obsessive view on like elimination, hardcore elimination diet.
I was like, all right, let's before we start cutting away of things that you've been doing for already 30, 40 years, right? Let's maybe
it's what you're not doing.
Yeah. We could take away something like, all right, but let's not go cold turkey. For some reason, for some people that works, right?
Yeah, I think I've even said this to you before, is that I don't think overweight or obese people's issue is them eating over excessive calories. I think it's more consistency of exertion and training and having a better approach to and started to enjoy training and seeing it as something where it's not going to be so stressful to get to every day.
I mean, yeah. Somebody that's obese has
because it's not
a nutrition problem.
Yes, I completely agree. But I think it's more. But I'm not disagreeing on that. I'm saying when they start having the language of, oh, I need to burn more calories here. Oh, did I do enough calories? Did I do this? It's not calorie in, calorie out.
Yeah, it's not sickle.
Right. It's not like I haven't had many people that are eating 3,000 calories more than a baseline. It's usually I'm like, wow, you don't eat enough, and people hear that all the time. But and that's fine. But I think that more of it is more related to how like that.
Some kind of like lethargic behavioral patterns.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, like you should be. It should change everything, like every single thing in the way you do things. Yeah. Working out and trying to like move weight around.
We're on the same page. Like if we're working with somebody that is metabolically challenged and they're overweight, I think it's more of like, hey, like you said, let's implement some of these micro habits of like, all right, you went to the grocery store rather than parking in the handicap or the
yes. Right? And it's not. You don't have to get crazy, but the calorie talk is not the only currency. Is correct. What I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Like, I got to burn more. I burned. Look how many steps I did today. Look how many calories.
And that's ultimately gonna play to the once again instilling good disciplinary action.
Yes.
Right. Rather than like, all right, hey, the motivation of like, all right, hey, I'm gonna have you at a deficit, and then you're gonna see a quick drop, and then all of a sudden you're motivated. But what happens when that doesn't continue to work because there's some more underlying behavioral issues.
Yep.
Ultimately, right, the biggest thing is, I think, habit stacking, right? Like linking new habits to like existing habits or existing behaviors, right? So like, all right, you got up this morning, you drank your coffee. Maybe instead of drinking your coffee and watching TV, maybe add 5 minutes of stretching. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not. I like where you're going with this. You're now getting into what self-improvement gurus would otherwise say, like being curious. So like a lot of the higher end movement practitioners that you'll find on the list, they talk about being curious to how you know what? Maybe I'll stretch. It opens up a lot of doors of things that you should be throwing in, like more variety. So like, oh, how would it feel to use my left hand for this? And oh, how would it feel if I didn't hold myself? Yeah, how would it feel if I didn't, shave in this position and that's where you start getting at. Let me see how it, let me get into the car differently. Now this let me sleep this way. Let me see what this feels like, and that just creates a little bit more
intention.
And movement variability is where it really lies. Not getting stuck in one wheel.
And then I would say
one gear.
The other big component of habit forming, right, and something that's often talked about in like these self-improvement and habit stacking literature is finding communities based on whatever that priority, that goal is, right? Because if my goal is to lose weight, well, I should be hanging around people that are, have done it.
Absolutely.
Are doing it. So that way
you have to be hanging out
entrenched.
Absolutely.
In that same energy.
You have to be surrounded by people that you're convinced are doing what you're looking to do, and some people are better than you at it. That is a huge...
Or where you were trying to get...
yes, iron sharpens. That's what the saying, iron sharpens iron. Lions hang out with lions. Wolves hang out with wolves. We observe the hippos from afar. They are very aggressive. Those hippos will rush the boat, man. But, when do you think it's confusing to some people when they start their habits too deep into the year? So in other words, instead of starting before the holidays kick around, get a good index of kind of when you should be coming, because when the holidays are just going to beat you up as far as like scheduling wise, it's just going to be bouncing all around. And then getting back into a rhythm after the holiday, like I feel like that's back.
I guess we're kind of going back where you're formulating that goal. You should be formulating that goal based on the ebbs and flows of the season, right?
Yep.
So if you're formulating this goal around the holidays, right, and it's very training specific or nutrition specific, then you need to give yourself the leeway to understand that, hey, there's going to come moments in time where I'm not going to be able to hit whatever process goals I need to hit in order to eventually hit my ultimate goal, right? I need to account for that, right? I need to be realistic with the fact that like where I'm at in terms of the year.
Right.
I think that goes back to formulating that goal and just making sure it's concrete and based on what your priorities are at and where you're at in the year.
Right.
Don't
make them too soon.
In terms of starting the habit, you can start the day before Christmas.
Yes.
Right. You could. Who cares? Right. The point is like, hey, are you willing to? If it's a priority, are you willing to continue to do so? And
it is a very very valid topic, a very valid discussion, because fitness is becoming so realized to a lot of people as the missing link to why we're healthy, and it's amazing that I think it's like 5% of the population like even go to the gym.
It's
so
funny that you said that, because
so now people are like, they want to get into the nuance of am I doing good or bad? I'm like, yo, dude, if there was the entire United States lined up here, and I go, 5% of you are going to step forward, and you saw how small that group was, for you to be like, I'm in this group,
you feel like an elitist.
That would blow you away. That would psychologically.
It's funny you say that, because side tangent
boost you up.
Do you listen to the Arnold Pump Club podcast?
No, I should.
Arnold.
I haven't listened to the podcast. He's a legend. Of course, legend.
So he has like a 20-minute podcast, and I was listening to the
Really?
other day. Yes, dude, it's excellent.
I feel bad for not. I feel ashamed for not knowing about this.
Excellent.
Man,
and you feel like you're being whispered by the Terminator.
Oh, that's so
on
good.
All things fitness and wellness related.
I'm gonna check that out.
And he was literally having it's top 2 or 3 things that he talks about in the 20-minute spiel. And he was talking about that exact kind of ratio, that 5%. It might, and honestly, might be less than 5%. It might be like 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
It might be, but don't quote me on that.
I think that's just getting into like people that are competitive with it are going to be out of the 5%.
And then he was mentioning of like just 20 minutes of just intentful movement boost all sorts of like psychological morale.
Yeah, I think people are stuck in the hour too. It's like there's something about our culture where like we're bricked by the hour. Obviously, it's because obviously that's what the services are.
Yep.
But that I feel that discourages people from thinking anything less is adequate.
Doesn't count.
Yeah,
And
no.
so like, hey, if I can't spare an hour,
yeah,
forget about it.
You would be shocked what a good like we could literally if
You'd
someone
be shocked what I could
shocked
do in
what I
30
could do in-
minutes.
absolutely.
And not even 30 minutes. So we're talking about a 30-minute session. What I really do in like 10 minutes of that 30-minute session.
Yep. But I feel we got to be all business on that though. Because there's not a lot of room to.
That's why we call them the executive package.
Exactly. And to be honest, like if you go like with an hour and you start a stopwatch and stop it every time, you might
But
pushing 45 minutes on that, 30 minutes.
But yeah. All right. So we've talked about reflection, right?
Yes.
We've talked about
look
goal
at your
setting.
habits. Hold on, let me just briefly touch on this.
Okay.
Look at your old habits. Make a decision if it's going good for you. Probably not if you're looking to go into the gym. So if you're looking back, you're like, all right, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm going to let it go. Continue.
We've talked about habit formation, right, or the science of it, so to
Yep.
speak. Right.
Be the person you are when you
Right.
were when you
Focus
scheduled
on
it.
those micro improvements.
Yes.
1% better. 100
Correct.
days.
Show up to contribute to what the collaboration should be.
Right? And then now plan. I think, and that's a plan for the best case scenario, but also the worst case scenario, right? Have some type of structure, right? People ultimately end up making these goals and then just like, all right, this is what I want to accomplish. All right, but there's some
Right.
underlying steps that need to occur, right? Yes,
The plan should be-
you have to implement some of these habits, right? But there has to be a plan. There has to be a structure.
Yeah,
Right?
let yourself get a little unexcited to start making the plan and scheduling. Like you're going to join, yes. You got a tour, yes. You met everybody. Oh my God, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. I'm starting to visualize the new me, and then it's like, okay, look, let that kind of settle. Okay, now when am I going to come? All right, because I'd rather have somebody. I want attendance. I'd rather have somebody come less days and they have higher. What's the word I'm looking for? They have better attendance.
Adherence.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
coming, trying to come all the time and be missing 3 days here, 2 days there.
That's called building momentum, not building burnout.
Yeah, if you come twice a week, A+ attendance. That means we don't miss a week.
Don't overcommit, right?
Yes.
Commit within reason.
Yep.
Right. It's also important to, committing, right? You're setting yourself up, right? You're planning for what your sessions, your training, your recovery, what you're gonna do for nutrition. But it's also important to implement. Hey, when am I going to check myself, right? So most people typically make these resolutions, these goals, beginning of the year.
Yep.
When am I gonna audit and see? Hey, am I still on pace?
Right.
Or have I completely gone off the rails? And it's okay. It
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
But maybe you weren't. That'll tell you, hey, was that goal, realistic for you?
Yep.
Right.
And anticipate,
so-
what to the timing. Go ahead, finish. I'm
Putting
sorry.
those markers of like, all right, cool, it's March, or 3 months down the road, when am I gonna check like that I'm on pace, right?
Right.
And what does that look like? Is it going to go get an InBody to check my body fat? Is it going to the mall and trying to buy some new clothes to see if I fit in it? Do I go to check my
Like, what are your audits?
My,
What are your
my vitals, right?
Right.
Like you were saying, my hormones and so on, so on. What is it that's gonna hold you accountable, right? Maybe it's scheduling that training assessment with the coach again that you've been working.
Yes. It requires a level of involvement where I feel that the people that have stepped up to the plate to go to the gym, that they might have under-anticipated, but it's definitely worth it, and it's just as hard to get that habitually going as it is to just start the gym. So don't look at any of the services in that regard. Like the cold plunge, you should do it. Why? Because you weren't doing it, and you're going to do it for a minute to have an opinion on it.
Don't go to do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that you're making the
you haven't been doing
choice. Keep poking your head around until everything you see where you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. You have to do that. And that's why you were here last week.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
I think we've covered a lot.
yeah, I mean,
Right?
there was some open gym stuff I wanted to get into that people seem to be navigating around, but we're going to have to wait for the next
Yeah.
we're going to have to wait for the next episode on that.
We should cover something on just straight open gymmers.
I see a lot of like when people do Olympic lifting, in an open gym, that's why I like seeing that in the open gym when it's quiet. And I think that we can get into a little of the technique of the people that, if you're listening to this and you do some of the Olympic lifting during open gym, that you can kind of maybe put this towards your technique, because there's a lot of like, oof, if I got to spend 15 minutes with that guy, he's basically doing, he's doing it, but there's a lot to brush up on.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get into that on the next one. What do we have going on around the gym?
Oh, wait, hold on. Hot tips?
Oh, hot tips. Yes.
Tips.
Oh, man.
This will be the last hot tips for the year.
Hot tips. Tip.
Soon coming
Oh,
is
man.
our jingle and our hot tips.
We don't have
hot tips jingle too.
We have to, we have. Well, I got to
soon.
program
Yeah.
program that in. Did I give the hot tip away in the beginning?
I mean, you gave one away.
Yeah, but I had another one that I brushed by you. That oh no, that wasn't it. I already gave it.
Well, I'll let you marinate on that one then.
Man, that's gonna get to me. I did have a hot. I told you in the beginning. I shouldn't have told you.
Yeah, you should have not told me. My hot tip, right? And it's because like I said, we're talking about, once again, goal setting, resolutions, right? And oftentimes training is at the forefront, right? Nutrition, rightfully so, it goes hand in hand.
Yep.
Right? So we do ultimately get a lot of questions as to like, hey, how should I navigate this time of the year, right? I'm trying to train. I'm trying not to like pig out too much, and like really, if I can maintain, that'd be great. If I can get past this moment of the year and just be status quo, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
It'd be great if I lose weight, but like just not trying to pack on those extra 5. My hot tip to you
Go ahead. Yeah.
is to go back and listen to episode 3 of the DAP Collective.
Oh yes, there you go. You got to catch up.
I'm just saying, man, catch up.
You got good reviews for 3. You got good opinions for 3.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about nutrition and strategies that work around this time of the year, or just considerations for how to navigate nutrition around the holidays.
Man, this sweater of George looking back at me.
It?
I just noticed that it was George.
For those of you that are visualizing us, that are viewing us,
I just looked down as I'm like looking for what the tip was. I think I already
my
gave
ugly
the tip, by the way.
sweaters.
And I'm looking, dude, right here. You were stand to the side, and Mo giving me a kiss. Look at this. There's Mo right here.
What's up, money?
You know what? He was looking right at me. I was like, oh my God. I almost broke character. I guess I did break character. But yeah, that was a good hot tip. I think I gave it away in the beginning. It was the whole be the person that you are when you scheduled the event.
I'll add another one.
When you get to the event.
I'll add another one. It is a very festive time of the year. You're looking to give your loved one something, right? You might be like, ooh, I'm running out of time, right? Nobody wants to go to Aventura Mall a day before Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever the case may be. So maybe give them a gym membership.
Maybe.
And if because the kids go and they're on break, right? Some of us are fortunate to leave and go to ski, and leave out of town. But if you can't and you're stuck with your kid and obviously there's no school and you're obviously having to work a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a youth promo, right? Where if you're an DAP member, your kids can come to our program for 50% off.
You're cutting. Oh wow. So wait,
I'm nailing our
they
hot
have
tips
to.
today.
They have to.
They got to
at the
be
same time.
No.
The kids can. What are the details on that? The parents can come.
Our youth program is in the after school, right? During the season, right? We have after school program, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4:30, Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m.
Nice.
But usually around those breaks, we do end up doing a morning class, just because we know that they're at home potentially not doing anything. So just so that they're not at home doing anything.
Yeah, that does make a good gift
get some
idea.
energy out.
Yeah, it's
right?
better than an Amazon card.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's a gift that keeps on giving back.
100%.
In terms of announcements,
yeah, what do we got going on in the gym?
Yeah,
what do we got going on?
Be on the lookout. Obviously, every beginning of the month, right? We have our community Saturday. Typically around the beginning of the year, right? Resolutions are made, and most gyms, like ours, right? We have a challenge. Usually, there's some type of training, nutrition, accountability, right? So be on the lookout for our challenge. It's usually 28 days long, and it's a good way of just, if you're looking to kind of get started, or if you're looking to revamp yourself, be on the lookout for that.
You get great guidance in those 28 days.
Yep.
It's kind of a fast track.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then some other things that we're working on.
It gets super busy around there too.
It
Man.
does.
It's great.
It does.
Meeting a lot of new people. It's
It
fantastic.
It does. We have right? We have a family membership discount. So oftentimes, you're working with somebody or one of your clients, and your client might ask you, hey, how much would it be if my wife wants to come just a couple times, maybe she joins me or whatever the case may be, or what my boyfriend wants to come, but he has his own gym, but he wants to come occasionally. He doesn't want to pay the drop-in fee.
Oh, that's good.
We got you now.
Like a guest,
Yep.
like a membership guest pass. That's great.
Well,
Well,
we have buddy passes, right,
Right.
that come with your membership, but we now will have a family membership discount.
Oh,
so
great.
go by front desk, ask for more details.
Check that, because I do get a lot. That happens a lot. So
Check
if
that out.
you're, yep,
Check that out.
A lot of
Front
fun.
desk will definitely give you more
it
details.
could be one. And it has to be the same person. It can't be right. It's got to be the same one person. They're on the list.
Yeah, so in terms of the details, right? We basically make from our back end a relationship on our mind body profile, and basically you get the discount, right?
Front desk will repeat that.
Yeah,
Just
don't
check
worry.
them out.
I just go by front desk. So
What else
bon voyage.
for the year?
That's it.
Man, what am I? I'll see you after Super Bowl. No,
Yeah.
no, for the new year. For the new year.
Happy Hanukkah.
This is the last.
Happy
this is the last show.
Kwanzaa.
This is the last show for the new year.
Happy Christmas. Yeah, this is the last show
Man.
for the year, man.
2026.
Happy New Year's. I'll see you on 2026.
Very happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah,
We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be looking out for you in the comments. Make sure that you like and
I'm so excited for the new year because we just smashed 6 episodes in 2025, and we finally got this project rolling, and I know only better things are gonna happen for us.
yeah, it's rocking and
and the
rolling now.
facility and everybody that comes to our community.
Yeah, I appreciate that too, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Definitely.
make sure that you share this with someone who maybe doesn't go to the gym or is interested in all things gym, and give us a comment and a like on our social media. You can follow us and listen to the shows on Apple Podcasts and Spotify
And YouTube.
and YouTube. And then
Yep.
from what I understand, pretty soon Netflix is going to have.
Dude, did you see that? I don't know the details. I was like, yeah, we could
All
be on
right.
Netflix.
All right, great. So yeah, check us out. Drop us a comment, and
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you next year.
Peace.
Have a good one.